quote, "No blacks allowed here," end quote, is what our sister was told during her visit in Zambia. This is in Africa. Watch this clip, we'll come back and discuss.
I was told no blacks allowed in my own country. Let's talk about it. If you follow us on Facebook or YouTube, you've probably seen the video where I shared about my childhood home. I grew up in, born and raised. I literally remember running. And because I like to keep a positive attitude and outlook on things, I wasn't gonna share, but I think it's also important because it's part of the story. I value the importance of people's privacy, especially when you have a camera. I always asked before I turn on my camera if people were comfortable in being in my video. Let me tell you, these guys did not even give us the chance to ask. They just sent their guard and said, "No black people here." As much as it pinched, there's something healing about seeing that place. Every trip I've gone to Zambia, I always go there. As I had mentioned in the video, that is the last house where we live with my mom, and that's where her funeral was. So with tears in my eyes leaving there, I made it a point to go and find who the owner was. I should probably mention that the guard had let us in without realizing who we were, so we were already in the yard. When the lady who was saying the guard to tell us no blacks allowed before we got out of the car, she made it seem like I was a criminal when I was approaching her. What we call flats in Zambia, here in the States they're called like a townhome community. Before we could leave, the other women, the other housewives in the other homes had come out. At this point, we were being watched like thieves, so we left immediately. And then I went to the owner's shop. He has a shop in town. It's actually named after the town. And I explained to him, I said, "Look, I don't live here, and every trip I've made here, even with my kids and my husband, knowing Gabe's skin color, maybe that's why they let us before." So I told him we've never had a problem just having a look around. We're not asking to go in or anything. You guys, I wasn't even finished asking him, and he says, "Of course. When I went back to my country and I went to see where my dad grew up, I went and had a look at the place. So please come through at 5:30. So 5:30 comes and there's a new guard on shift. And the new guard tells us the same thing. No blacks allowed.
Rachel was trying to visit her old neighborhood that she lived in, but apparently now the residents have changed and it is white people that are living there in Zambia, in Africa. I'll repeat that fact because this is happening in Africa. So she went to visit the neighborhood that she remembers. She says her mom passed away there, so it's significant for her. That's why she went there. But she was met with hostility and racism. She was told to leave the premises because black people are not allowed. Again, in Africa, in Zambia. So she didn't give up though. She left to talk to the husband, the owner now. And the person told her, "No, it's fine, you can have a look at it." She went back again. There was a back and forth. If you watched the video, she explained it, what exactly happened. And eventually, when they found out that she has a social media presence, all of a sudden, they wanted to be kind to her and good to her, even though they were disrespecting her a few hours before they found out. Tell me how this is happening in Zambia. First off, before anything else, I want us to talk about how this is allowed to happen in an African country, in Zambia. We talk about racism outside of Africa, and we're always met with, "Go back to your country, go back to your home. Why are you complaining? Accept it. This is how it is. You know, at the end of the day, you're the minorities. At the end of the day, you know, the white people run these countries." But Zambia, an African country, white people can settle in a place and tell the natives they're not allowed in that community. They're not allowed to walk in that compound. Are you serious? Is the government sleeping? Is the government aware of this? And if they are, what are they going to do? Because this is unacceptable. Will this be acceptable anywhere else? outside of Africa? No, no one will allow you. No one will let you disrespect their natives, the majority of the people that are living there like this. No one will. But in Africa, we let it slide. Why? Why are these people allowed to live in someone else's country and discriminate against the people that they are living with? This is not right, and it's incredibly mind-boggling that it even happens like this. In Zambia, even if the government doesn't do anything, the people of Zambia should be aware of what's happening and should make it very clear that they should not be disrespected like this. Anyways, fam, let us know down below what your thoughts are about this. I am Wongel Zelalem. I'll see you on the next one.